Hi there everybody, and welcome back to another Guides for Brides online wedding fair. I'm really pleased to say this is my second visit to the online wedding fair, so really nice to be asked to come back. So that was a real surprise yesterday. My name's Lynn Tierney. I run Lynn Tierney Ceremonies. I am an independent wedding celebrant, and my job, I've got the best job in the world. My job is to actually help couples to have the most awesome ceremony that they can possibly think up, that we can possibly think up. So if you don't know what a celebrant is, then do Google us, find us, look at my website www.lyntierneyceremonies.co.uk, find out what a celebrant does. But I'm sure a lot of you will know now, especially if you've been following Guides for Brides, because they've been really good at developing the role of the celebrant in the wedding industry. So thank you for that. Now, when I was contacted yesterday and asked if I could pop on here to fill in a bit of a gap, I was just about to do a Facebook Live with a virtual ceremony for a couple who should have been getting married yesterday, had to postpone their wedding, but wanted to mark their day, wanted to honour the day that they should have been getting married. Now, it was really exciting. If you're in that position, I'd love to know, so do leave some comments, because I'd love to know what kind of position everybody is in. So the couple that I performed the ceremony for yesterday was actually done through, it was quite a spectacular event. It was actually done through the local radio. So Jack FM Oxfordshire, who tracked down Stefan and Louise, who were two NHS workers who had to postpone their wedding ceremony from yesterday. But the radio station wanted to put on an absolutely amazing event for them, and they were absolutely fantastic. So long story short, I got in touch with them and said, yeah, I'm a celebrant, I can do a ceremony for you. If you want to see it, go to the Jack FM Facebook page. It's actually on there. If you look in their videos, you can see it. It looks like it's quite a long, it says it's an hour, but scroll in for about 20 minutes and then get to the ceremony part. Have a look at it and see what it was all about. Anyway, that was seriously exciting. That's like the highlight of my lockdown. But it did leave me thinking about all of the couples, brides, grooms, brides, who have had to postpone what should have been their really exciting day. I'm just going to tilt my camera down a little bit. That's better. In that run up to your wedding, the excitement that every couple feels, the excitement, anticipation, you've worked so hard, you've got all your fantastic suppliers lined up ready to give you an absolutely amazing day, and then suddenly you get the rug pulled out from right underneath you, and it's not your fault, and there's nothing you can do about it. And my heart goes out to every single one of you. It really does. It's an awful situation to be in. But having talked to Stefan and Louise yesterday, who are working their way through this crisis, as I say, both NHS workers, they were absolutely selfless in their view as to what had happened to them. It was a case of, do you know what? Yes, we've had to cancel this day. We've had to postpone this day, but there's so much in our lives that we could still be grateful for. And that was the spirit that they went into their virtual wedding ceremony with. Let's celebrate what we've still got to be thankful for. Can we have an uplifting day, please? That was what they wanted. That was my brief. So we sorted out the Zoom, got it all sorted. They had 35-ish people or accounts logged into their ceremony, and yes, it was live on the radio, and then it was live on their Facebook page, so lots of people watching. It's had over 10,000 views so far, and it's kind of, it For me, it was a really uplifting day as well. And it was really lovely to see a couple approach it in the way that they did. We had such fun. Okay, so what do they have in their ceremony? We attacked it like a wedding ceremony. The radio station tracked down a dress for her. They got a cake for her. They'd got that. I do believe there's a videographer who's going to splice everything together and make them a fantastic, beautiful video of the day. In their ceremony itself, we started off with a hand washing, which was quite good for the times, I think. So a ceremony of washing our hands together and then drying each other's hands to signify, I want you to take care of me for the rest of my life, and saying, yeah, I'll dry your hands. In that act of drying your hands, yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I promise you I will look after you for the rest of your life. So we had hand washing, we had a hand fasting. I'll come back to that one in a minute. They wrote their own vows, which were so beautiful. They swapped rings, not their actual rings. I'm not going to tell you what it was. You have to go and look at it if you want to find out what it was. But they had a little ring ceremony. We included best wishes from their friends. So a lot of their friends and family had prepared little things to say to them, give them their best wishes for the day, what they meant to them, you know, what a great couple they were. We had the obligatory wandering in toddler from the side of the room, you know, while our mum was giving her little speech. We had the couple's own dog who walked Louise in at the beginning of the ceremony with his little bow tie on, but he just spent the rest of the time wandering around their legs, and it was funny. There was laughter, there were tears. It was absolutely great. So what I think I want to say to you is, if you're in that situation, my advice would be, mark your day. Mark your day. Don't spend it being miserable and frustrated, but give it a bit of honour. Honour the day that should have been. Now, there's lots of ways of doing that. And I think if there's a great trend now in virtual ceremonies. But it's up to the different couples, isn't it? If you want to go the whole hog, if you want to have a celebrant write you a ceremony, host your ceremony for you, invite all your friends along, virtually, obviously, and then we can put together a ceremony that will mark the day, and that would be great. I've seen a lot of different ideas that come up, so things that you might include. Couples who've included I saw one account of a couple who had actually downloaded a script and their young daughter read it to them, so she conducted their ceremony in their lounge. I've seen another one where the couple actually buried their wedding rings in a large jar of sand, and they're going to keep that for the day when they actually get married. So their rings are safe and sound in this large jar of sand, and I guess in their actual ceremony they're going to use that in some way to enhance their own ceremony. You could light candles, you can definitely share vows. Think about what it is you love about each other, what it is that's carrying you through this really difficult time. Write some promises that how you're going to support each other through the rest of this crisis, because it is going to go on. Share your dreams, share your hopes for your eventual wedding day. Read those out. I said I was going to come back to the hand fasting. Let me find, I should have got one ready. There's one here. A hand fasting. I'm sure many of you have seen hand fasting cords. So this is one that was similar to the one that was used yesterday. Now, originally, a hand fasting ceremony was used to signify that a couple were planning to get married. So go back, sort of medieval times, people would go out, fast their hands together, tie their hands together, and that would signify that their plan was that they would get married. So what better way of signifying that we're still planning to get married, we're still going to do it, we absolutely are going to do it, but we're not sure when yet. So just, to have a hand fasting in your own home and have that zoomed around to your family and friends. So there's the hand fasting. I've seen other people who have planted things. Now this is a gorgeous idea. Planted some seeds in their ceremony, planted some seeds or a plant, which they've then got to look after, they've then got to care for, they've got to nurture. And if they're really clever, they've chosen something that's going to flower on the actual date when their wedding will come round. So they've got that. They can then use that in their actual ceremony. You know, we've looked after it for this long. Now we're going to use it. Yeah. You can put up decorations. You can dress up. You can plan a nice meal for afterwards. You can invite all your family and friends. Really, really mark that day. Or not. That might not be what you want to do. It may be that you love some of those ideas. It may be that you love the idea of planting something that you're then going to nurture. It may be that you love the idea of writing your vows to each other, and you've got time now to do that. It may be that you love the idea of writing your vows to each other and sharing them with each other. It might be that you like the idea of lighting a candle and leaving a candle alight for the day. And the candle will show that you're hoping, that you're wishing, that you're looking forward to, that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. But it may be that you want to do that on your own. And that's fine. I know I should be, saying, no, you need a celebrant. No, that's not for everybody. That is not for everybody. So if you want to do it sitting on your bed quietly, just the two of you in your PJs, it's still marking the day. It's still honouring that day that you have put so much effort into. You cannot let it slide by without carving out a special place for it. The bride yesterday said, this is actually going to be part of our history. This is another memory that we've made together, and we will now be able to look back on this day and smile. We'll look back on this day and know that actually we did it proud. Oh boy, we did do it proud. So for them, that was the really important part. They really wanted to mark that day. I hope I haven't put too many people off watching today, because I realise that people don't come to wedding fairs because they've had to postpone their wedding. They're here because they want to learn new things. Now, a lot of those ideas that I've just said obviously are precisely the kind of things that I love to include in all of my wedding ceremonies. So yeah, candles, hand fasting, ring exchanges, planting seeds. I've done all of that and much more in my ceremonies. Everyone's different, everyone's unique, everyone is built around the couple. So although I've just mentioned all those as things that you could do in your own front room or in your own bedroom as part of a virtual ceremony, all of those things could be included in your ceremony. If you've got any questions, do put them in the box, or if you've got any ideas yourself, pop them in the box. A lot of ideas coming through saying loving the symbolism. I think when we're going through a time like this, we need to look for the symbolism. What does this all mean? It's got to mean something, for goodness sake. Otherwise, what are we doing here? What are we doing it for? One of the things that I had in the ceremony yesterday was this poem which I found, which I'd like to read to you all now, and it's called This Day, written by somebody called the Bespoke Bard. If you look her up on Facebook, you'll find some amazing work that she does. And if you're in a position where you've had to postpone your day, then this might ring true for you. This day was when we should have said the vows that we'd rehearsed. Those words will have to wait for now, while we put others first. This day had represented all our hopes, our dreams, our plans. But instead, it's come to teach us that life's not always in our hands. This day was meant for beaming smiles and laughing till we cried. We'll laugh and love much harder when we're on the other side. This day is a reminder that great things are worth the wait, and that love is built on so much more than just a wedding date. This day is part of our history, the time the world stood still. It deserves to be remembered, and we'll make sure it always will. I loved that poem, and there's just a couple of lines in there which I think, to me, they really reach out to me, and hopefully to you. You know, love is built on so much more than just a wedding date. So if you are having to postpone your wedding, think about some of the ideas that I've given you today, or get in touch. If you want some more chat, if you want advice, if you want some more ideas, do get in touch. Please get in touch, but please mark your day. If you are planning a brand new wedding that you're hoping for 2021, hey, let's look ahead there. I am already getting booked up for 2021. Obviously, knock-on effect of people postponing their weddings to next year, but there's still plenty of space available. So come on, let's look forward to those weddings that we are planning for the future. You've got lots of time now. If you're sitting at home, if you're furloughed, if you're working from home, you've got lots of time now to think about exactly what you want. And I hope some of you will be thinking exactly what you want is a celebrant-led ceremony that you can have such a great input into, that can be personalised to you, that will be unique to you, and will be the best. It will be the best. It will be the best ceremony your guests have ever been to. So if you want to chat about that, if you want to look at making a booking, I work in Oxfordshire. I'm based in Oxfordshire, so I work throughout the Cotswolds. So if it's an actual wedding you're looking at for 2021, that's my area, that's my stomping ground. If you are looking for a virtual ceremony, that can happen anywhere, and I'd be more than happy to help you celebrate your brilliant day and mark your day in a way that really is fitting for something that you've already put so much effort into. So as I said, take a look at my website, www.lynntierneyceremonies.co.uk. Look up Lynn Tierney Ceremonies on Facebook and Instagram. You should find me on there. And if you want to have a quick look at that ceremony that I did yesterday, look up the Jack FM Oxfordshire Facebook page. It's a live video on there. As I said, scroll through it a little bit. So I've had some lovely comments from suppliers who've already been on this morning. Susie Grist is still on. I watched you this morning, Susie. Beautiful dresses from Susie. I've known Susie for quite a while now. We've worked together on photo shoots, and she's one of the nicest people you could come across. I've seen Lynn on as well, whose daughter's wedding ceremony I actually did perform last year. Yeah, it must only be last year, surely. So that's another supplier friend of mine. So I've had some lovely comments on there. If you've got any more questions, do pop them on. I will pop back in later on and see if there's anything that needs replying to. Just, yeah, have a good time on that day. If you have to postpone, mark your day. It deserves it. Okay, I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks again, Guides for Brides. Speak soon. Bye.